they are, like the fact they are invisible could seem to make them kind of tricky. Like the fleas in their pot, who really think they can't jump any higher, even though there is no lid. And so same for us. Like there's nothing there. There isn't really nothing there. But it really feels like it, doesn't it? And I was thinking how that's really cool actually, because we can have other people in our lives who help us spot them. But even if we haven't got somebody else, we've got our feeling system. We've got that thought feeling connection that if we're leaping up to our invisible thought lid and banging our head on it, it's going to hurt. We're going to have discomfort. We're going to have contraction. We're going to have resistance. So I was thinking it's actually, yeah, you'd think invisible lids, that's going to be hard to work with, but we've got a reliable mechanism there to realise it, to notice there's something going on. And then I was thinking about the normal approach versus what we talk about here. So like the normal approach would be the automatic assumption that the problem's out there. So if I feel horrible, this resistance or this contraction, oh, it must be them, it must be that situation that's making me feel like this. Versus recognising, oh no, it's because I've got this thought lid on. We've talked about goggles ages ago, haven't we? And so it looks like the problem's out there, but it's the thinking here, it's the thought lid here that's making it look like there's a problem out there. And inevitably collected by the sandbank. So inevitably a rule's been gathered, believing it's a lifesaver, believing it's a source of security, and then creating that very reality. I've heard Frank used that analogy a number of times of like the very thing that started the fire, then trying to put it out. So the sandbank that's collected the story, made it a rule, created a thought lid, and then makes it look like the problem's out there. So then sets about trying to fix the person or fix the situation when it's always here. Or even if it's recognised to be here, like even if we recognise it and go, oh, there's a limiting thought there that's making me think I can't jump any higher. But with all of that, we've been setting to work with it all. We've been going with our shovels and our sand, and inadvertently not digging sand off the sandbank. We've been chucking more on. How can I fix them? How can I fix that situation? How can I fix my thinking? Sand, sand, sand. And then we come here and we go, oh, effortless. Thought lids just dissolve. Like there's nothing for us to do other than being awareness, which we naturally are already. That's what dissolves thought lids. That's what washes the sand away. Always, every single time. Even if it's looked like it's a questioning technique or a habit or a practice, or even if it's actually, that person changes their behaviour and we think, oh, now I'm okay. It's never been any of those things. Because if it was, and I certainly know this from like my old coaching days, you could ask, the same kind of coaching series of questions, or you could use the same kind of technique and it wouldn't consistently work. It was one of those things that was towards the end of my experience of that kind of coaching. It's like, well, yeah, what really is the consistent source of change? Because it's clearly not that. It's clearly not that stuff. And that's cool, because that's the return back upstream to awareness, and to recognise that's the space of change. That's what dissolves the lid. And I was thinking how you can it's almost got like levels of, kind of say effort, but it's not really effort. Levels of depth maybe of what we can do from that space of awareness. Because sometimes, like the example I used in the newsletter about the Christmas cake, like that just happened invisibly in the background. Like somewhere along the way, thinking about Christmas cake changed, and then I could eat Christmas cake. Other times, we might just have to recognise that, oh, yucky feelings, there must be a thought there, and that's enough. Like that's enough for it to go pop. We don't need to know the content of the thought. We don't need to name the feeling. It's just yucky feelings. There must be a limiting thought. There must be a thought lid there. poof, disappears. Sometimes what the thought is becomes visible. So it might be like, I don't know, doing something and you go, oh, I'm trying to be perfect again. And just seeing the, oh, I'm trying to be perfect, poof, gone. And then the fourth level, the kind of the most effort we might need to go to, is just to inquire into it and to question its truthfulness. Question, is it really true, whatever the situation is? Or to recognise what the battle is. So we've talked before about going round and round the sandbank, like the opposing stories battling with each other. Sometimes we might need to do a little bit more understanding of what's that battle that's playing out to see the endless nature of it. So that's kind of like the most effort we'd have to go to, but all of it just being seen. So we don't then have to get our shovels out and do something about it. It's just four different levels of bringing these things into awareness to be seen for what they are. And then thought lid's gone. So I said I'd tell you my bearded dragon story. I know that's why you're all here tonight. That's what you were all waiting for. So I was making dinner the other night, and I needed some salad. I went to the fridge. I was like, oh, there's no salad. There's only Fred's salad, and we don't eat Fred's salad. And then I was like, hang on, why don't we eat Fred's salad? Because it comes from a human shop that's been packaged in a human factory, and I use clean hands when I get it out the bag. And I don't then go and put my hands all over Fred or his vivarium and then touch the salad. It's like the salad stays entirely clean in the kitchen and never sees Fred. It doesn't meet Fred until it goes in his dish to him. So I was like, so why am I not using his salad? And also, by not using it, he never eats it fast enough. So there's always half a bag that ends up getting chucked away because it's gone off. Oh my God, so I can use his salad and avoid waste. This is genius. But all of that just happened spontaneously. So there was no effort of, right, how do I deal with this problem of of salad situation? It was just the thought came up of why I'm not using a salad, and then the series of questions and realizations of what was available. And then the thought lid disappears and now salad gets used. And I don't have to tuck it away. It's like, yeah. And that's the kind of, I guess that's that kind of wholeness that's available in the absence of that black and white mind that says, no, that's Fred's salad, don't eat that salad. Or any other rule at that level of sandbank, which will always be black and white. There's no greyness. Whereas seeing through the lid always leads to a wholeness, always leads to a holistic, balanced, more successful outcome, because it's seeing the whole thing, it's seeing the interconnection, which that sandbank mind can never do. It can never see that level of connectedness. So